Just a quick heads up, folks. We have great news that William Barr will try the Epstein case effectively in absentia. We do not have reliable intel on any date, but we know this is effective admission that the continued presence of Epstein on this mortal plane is seriously being affirmed, although not in so many words. Typically, a criminal case is dismissed against the defendant if said defendant is not available because he croaked to testify or to assist counsel in his case. We know that the video evidence is so overwhelming that any assistance he would have been able to provide would not have helped in his defense at all. I'm pleased that my suggestion made in prior videos to assume that Epstein is not dead until forensically proven was in effect what William Barr has done, and I believe the real reason is that death of Epstein is also doubtful in the eyes of the Attorney General. If he has doubts, we should as well. If that is the case, then even a successful attempt to archicide the infamous Chomo for fear of his testimony, or to retaliate for his cooperation with authorities, to send a message to potential witnesses, or just out of pure confusion, served only to further entangle the cat into the massive ball of twine it is trying to escape from. Also, as far as I can determine, FBI, New York Police Department, and the Bahamian authorities are still on Little St. James Island using secret Russian ground-penetrating scanners to probe the massive concrete dump ordered by Epstein shortly before he allegedly croaked. No word of what, if anything, was found, which reminds me of a joke I once heard. A man is in prison for robbing a bank. One day he calls his wife, who tells him how lonely she is and that there is no man in the house to help her with the chores, and particularly angry that she cannot do the heavy work in the garden. She goes on and bitches about, "It's almost time to plant the tomatoes, and you ain't here to dig up the dirt and turn it over and mix horseshit in it like you used to." At which he interrupts her and says, "Honey, whatever you do, don't dig in that garden. Just don't, okay?" He knew that his calls from the prison were being listened to and recorded. His wife reluctantly agrees without asking the question, whose answer was obvious. Several weeks later, he calls his wife again, and he just barely says hello when she goes into a frantic tirade. "The cops and the FBI were here, and they had a warrant to search the property. They tore everything up, tore open the bags of horseshit, dug up the yard, and left piles of dirt and rocks everywhere. What am I going to do?" He waits for her to take a breath, then replies, "Now you can plant your fucking tomatoes." Now, am I alleging that there's nothing to be found under the cement? No, I'm not. Obviously, something is there that he wanted to hide, which in reality is another reason to doubt his suicide. People who attempt to do themselves in usually have a long road to travel before getting to the point of actually offing themselves. If things were looking so bleak for him, and they actually were, that he was on that mental road to suicide, then what the fuck did he give a rat's ass about what they would find on his island? Logical thinking. A forensic timeline needs to be put together to see what other tidbits we can surmise from the available empirical facts. Don't let anybody fool you, folks. What we are doing here is nothing different than the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit. We are doing, by brainstorming and analysis of behavior, exactly and precisely what is called in the profession profiling. Every crime and every action has a motive and a reason. There are no coinkydinks. None. If someone sends a cement truck to his private island and they start to pour cement into tunnels and elevator shafts and underground rooms, I think it is a safe conclusion to come to that there is something there that he wants nobody to discover. By virtue of the fact that this was done so close to his alleged suicide, leads me to believe that he thought he would eventually be free again, hoping that the massive amount of cement would hide what was there, except for an archaeological-style excavation, because I'm sure he did not know about secret Russian ground-penetrating radar. We also know that Strzok and Comey are in deep shite, and we know that the Hillary Clinton server was sending every email to China, and a mirror image copy of her hard drive was being backed up to Dado Incorporated with a bit of software that came bundled with the out-of-the-box server she set up in her closet in her Chappaqua, New York home. We know that New York Police Department has the original Peter Tweeter laptop which also has incriminating evidence, including the elusive Frazzle Drip Snuff video, which features Huma Abedin and the Hildebeest torturing and murdering a child. Lord only knows what was discovered on Epstein's properties. I cannot imagine. To me, the perfect storm would be a government takeover of the fake news media, regulation of big tech with the appearance of JFK Jr., Seth Rich, Kim.com, and Julian Assange, unsealing all of the 120,000 plus sealed indictments and U.S. Marines making mass arrests. Hiroshima would pale in comparison. Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.